We are live as we travel the uphill road, coming to you from Black Bottom, number one Detroit. We thank God that we have survived and now have arrived at the last stop.
Yeah, let me tell you right quick where we're coming from. If you want a pastry chef, but then we give you some pastries, but this is not pastry chef time right now. This is not no time for pastries because we're coming with the real deal right here. This we're gonna wrap it out. We're gonna wrap it out. And so now it's time. Just go ahead and just check it out. Okay. Just check it out. Okay. Check it out. Okay. Yeah. Check it out. Okay. Check it out. Okay.
I'm calling it Alligator Auschwitz, just to really drive it home how little we care about the outrage of the left. It's a concentration camp. Well, you can't have deportations without deportation sites. I don't know what to tell you. We wouldn't have to do this if you hadn't let in tens of millions of foreigners. Sorry, we got to pick up your mess. Sorry, we got to deal with this. Here's the real crazy thing about it. If you don't want to get sent to Alligator Auschwitz, if you don't want to be locked in a cage with a bunch of other dudes in the sweaty Florida swamp surrounded by man-eating monsters, go home today. Go home today. Go get on the internet, type flight to El Salvador, click purchase, and go away. And then you will never be eaten by an alligator, okay?
This is Harrison Smith with the American Journal. That is his show program. He has a way of bringing the news to us as well, bringing his views to us as well. And I just kind of like the way he does his thing. Just very informative, but he's down to earth, with some stuff like, hey, just what do you say? Just go home, leave.
It's very simple. Very simple thing you have to do. Leave. Go home. Nobody's stopping you. We'll help you. We'll actually help you get home. And if you don't, and if you insist on being here without our permission, and against all warnings, then you got to go to the alligator place. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. And I'm not sorry. You're welcome. You're welcome for giving you a chain link fence between you and the alligator. I don't think you even deserve that. Yeah, it's frankly kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious how easy it is to not get sent to Alligator Auschwitz. You just leave. Just go home. Like, I can't believe they're doing this. Like, there has never been a more easily avoided consequence to your actions. This is just absurd. You can just go home. We want you to just go home. It's a pain in the ass to have to build a prison in an alligator habitat. We don't want to do this. We want you to go home. Of course, I think we could probably use any of the other places that we purchased or were renting to house migrants coming in. Again, I don't understand how you have the infrastructure sufficient to bring people in by the tens of thousands a day, but not get them out. That doesn't make any sense.
None.
Like saying your car can only drive north. It's like, what? Just turn it around. It's the same material. It's the same hardware. How is it not possible to use in the opposite direction? This doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it was just after the show yesterday that Trump visited Alligator Auschwitz and made some interesting statements, some very badass and awesome statements, like wanting to arrest Alejandro Mayorkas. Want to see the arrests happen, please, 6 months ago.
Right.
He also made some, frankly, disturbing statements, which has led a lot of people, myself included, to be like, yeah, Alligator Auschwitz, totally cool. We're going to deport everybody. You're not going to send, like, me there, are you? But, I mean, this is just for the deportations of the illegal immigrants, criminals, gang members, human traffickers, the rapists, right? You're not sending anti-Semites there, are you? Well, not yet. Not yet, but I'm a little bit concerned about that. Of course, the other concerning thing is that if we don't win in a thoroughly convincing way, in other words, there's things like what Trump is suggesting, redoing the census and not counting illegals because it gives the Democrats a massive and fair advantage electorally.
And that's why they brought them all over here. Another reason why they brought them all over here, because as a voting bloc, and like you said, the census, they still count whether they're legal or illegal. They still count them in the censuses, which gives these so-called blue states more representation, more power to control the purse. You know, boy, I'll tell you. These are scientists. These are wise, wickedly wise people here. They don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing.
Counting every illegal immigrant, and they're all in the blue states and blue cities, these sanctuary cities. Then they have something like 20 to 40 seats you wouldn't have otherwise. So if you do something like that, you severely hamper the Democrats' ability to have any sort of majority. You know, then I'll feel much better about our future prospects. If things go as they're going now, if Donald Trump keeps betraying his and convincing everybody that the Republicans are full of crap and are obsessed with Israel and don't actually believe anything and won't get anything done and can't solve any of our problems and don't seem like they even want to, if they keep being just the worst part ever, to get elected, who do you think's going to be in the cages next? It sure as hell's not going to be Mexicans. Sure as hell's not going to be illegal immigrants. They'll all be given, citizenship by the back door. They'll be given amnesty pretty much as soon as the Democrats power again. And the next is they'll start arresting their political enemies. They literally already did it 4 years ago. And I know this is something that I just say over and over, but it's like, this has to be the thing that we're focusing primarily on, is the understanding that the Democrats already so egregiously overstepped the bounds of, so viciously hunted down and threw into prison innocent people after January 6th, have so devastatingly destroyed the foundations of our government. I don't understand how the people in power are treating what's going on right now like just another day at the office.
Well, there's a reason behind that, Harrison, and and that reason being that they're compromised. A lot of them are being blackmailed. They're called the Uniparty, Democrat, Republican, they're all the same, But mostly, though, your Democrats are really the eviler of the two evils. It would be the Democrats, so-called Democrats. Yeah. The founders of the KKK, that was the Democrats' military operation. Yeah. So that's when it makes sense, when you just understand who you're dealing with, and you can make sense of it, and then you can make informed decisions, and you can do the proper research. You just don't take everything for granted what somebody say on NBC, ABC, especially CNN. Oh my goodness gracious. Joyless Reed and Al Sharpton and oh man, and what was that other guy that homosexual black guy who still he ain't nothing now. They let him go. You know, the Democrats, you know, they want to, you know, cut off our children's penises and cut off our girls' breasts. Oh my goodness. Come on, Harris. I'm gonna let you talk because I get excited on that kind of madness, literal madness.
And that I think is my main beef with people like Rand Paul and Thomas Massie, who prior to like this year, they were my dudes. Like they could do no wrong. But it's like they're worried about the budget, and there's division in the right wing. Like, guys,
over monopoly money, huh?
We are at war. We are at war with the left in this country, who is out for blood. And you can speculate all you want about what they're going to do, or you can just listen to them and read their comments.
Yeah.
And they're just confident. They're just like, and it's crazy. We see it all the time. You see it with like powerful Democrats as well, but they're usually a little. They hold their cards closer to the chest. They aren't quite as brave about it, but certainly online it'll be like, you know, just some nothing story where it's like J.D. Vance congratulates Donald Trump on the opening of Alligator Alcatraz, and underneath it it's just like every leftist just like, well, J.D. Vance will be going to prison when we're in power again. And it's like, they're not even acting like there's criminal things that they need to do. They're just announcing that, like, yeah, political violence is the future. And once we're back in power, we will be wielding the force of the state against you, even if you didn't commit a crime. Because you oppose us, because you are our enemy, in jail. Like, that's what they're saying. That's what they're fantasizing about in advertising. So you can look forward to that. You can look at that and go, look, these people are insane. But you don't have to. You don't have to speculate. We don't have to look into the future. We don't have to point to the warning signs that are glaring and shine right in our eyes and are impossible to ignore and should have every Republican reorganizing their priorities to deal with this emergency, this crisis, this catastrophe that we're heading into. I don't have to look into the future. You can look in the past. You can look at the last 4 years where the Democrats opened up the borders to tens of millions of people. And you just go through the list. I mean, and maybe we need like another Declaration of Independence where you list all of the usurpations, abuses of the party in power. They already were holding show trial. They already were engaged in what they themselves described as shock and awe campaigns to terrorize the average Republican into silence by going after their most influential social media.
January 6th Commission. Show trial. Just had it on TV all the time. They wanted you to see this mess here. This insurrection. Nobody had a gun, but it's an insurrection worse than Pearl Harbor. I mean, look at that right there. January 6th show trial. They literally hired in a television crew, you know, to produce this thing. And now at the end of the day, this day or that day, what has happened to all of the records that look at this here now. You got the movie cameras, you got everything, but all of the records, all of the testimony, in the public testimony and the testimony that was taken downstairs in the basement, just all of the records had been erased. they imposition Alex Jones, and what he did was he pled the fifth on a whole lot of stuff, and all that kind of stuff is gone, just disappeared, and nothing is done about it. Come on, Mr. President. Pam Bondi, Cash Patel. Oh, well, we've got to do it, by the. No, like General Flynn said earlier, he said, I don't give a shit about the talking heads, CNN, what they got to say. No, we are at war here. This is a war. In my family, black man, black woman, we are at war with ourselves. I have to hold this up because I really do love this here. I mean, this is so beautiful. I've always loved it. When I first saw it, when I was a young man, the resurrection. Come on up out the gutter, black man and woman. Come on up out. The God has come for us and has given us what we need. Proper guidance, proper instructions, given us our flag and declared our independence. They're shooting off fireworks all around, but I'm going to keep on going with this right here because this is so important. We're at a critical hour. And the information that we're producing here at the last stop by your conductor, Mansa Bay AM, you have to take it. You have to take it and share it. I know you may not like me. That's all right, too. But this January committee right here, this show trial, and can you imagine all of the records have been destroyed? That's inconceivable.
Influencers. What they've already done is treasonous, is unconstitutional to a degree that is felonious. They're criminals. They have to be severely punished. And if you don't punish them, what do you think? They go, well, they were in power. They didn't bother us, so it'd be really unfair for us to bother them. They want you dead. They want your children raped, and they think it's funny. Have you heard that meme? Because it's not a meme. It's an accurate view of reality. So all this is to say, we don't have time. We don't have time to be dealing with shortfalls when you're going to be the one in cages if the Democrats ever back in. So drastic, severe action is necessary. Yes, arrest Alejandro because he should have been arrested 6 months ago. There's no debate. There's no investigation necessary. And if they don't take this seriously, I've never seen a more accurate interpretation of the classic stone toss comic where it's the two guys, one is going, and there's all sorts of different versions, but it's basically, hey, we have principles. We might have lost, but at least we didn't lose our principles. And it zooms out, and the two guys that are talking are kneeling next to a ditch, while the commissar behind them racks the gun to execute them, shooting them once in the back of the head. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this where some libertarians are acknowledging that that's the fact. They're like, yeah, we're going to lose, and the socialists are going to, enact death squads and put people in prison for their language. We've got principles, and we got to stick to it. What? No, we want to live. We want to live. We don't want to die for your stupid principles, actually. Especially, and this is the thing that really sticks in my craw about this when it comes to Thomas Massey and Rand Paul and these guys. It's not even a principle thing. It's a money thing. I don't get it. I still wouldn't necessarily agree with it, but I would have a hard time arguing against it if, like, Donald Trump really was doing unconstitutional things. I mean, if it was in the big, beautiful bill that Donald Trump could snatch people up off the street without, charging them with anything and indefinitely hold them while subjecting them to torture under, questioning under torture. And Rand Paul and Thomas Massey were standing up going, this is completely against our principles. This is a violation of our foundational ideology. We cannot allow the government to have this kind of unrestricted authority over the people. We have to maintain the separations of powers, right? If it was about these fundamental foundational issues, then I'd say, yay, it might not be the expedient thing, but at least they've got principles that they're sticking to. This is about money. This is about the budget. And I don't even care. Could not care less. That's the principle that you're standing on. Again, if Trump really was doing something that was anathema to the libertarian worldview in terms of eliminating habeas corpus or, abolishing the Fifth Amendment, it's like, okay, then yeah, oppose him with everything you've got. Stand on principle then. You're not standing on principle, you're standing on budgetary concerns. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, you get that we have to spend some money, right? So it's, you just don't like that we're quite so far down the spectrum. You want to reel it back in a little bit. Like, this is not the time that discussion, honestly. It's just not. And it doesn't matter what the American budget shortfall is if you're handing the country over to foreigners. I see so many people who are just like, Sean Ryan said something about this, where it's like, now we're borrowing from our grandchildren's grandchildren.
Okay, yeah, that's basically what you're doing, and as if they're going to be alive, or if they're going to have children, because they're neuterizing us. We're infertile, men losing sperm counts, men not wanting to have sex, women not boycotting sex and don't want to procreate, don't want to continue the human race, and that's exactly what their plan is. They call it a post-human society, a post-human world. Nugget, just do a little research, just Google that up, post-human world, and see what you find just on that little thing right there. Post-human world. Put it in your telephone, your computer. It'll tell you. Again, don't take my word for none of this stuff. Satisfy your own intellect. You have to satisfy your own intellect. If you got some brains left now, if you don't have none left, I guess nothing what I'm saying or nothing what Harrison is saying, nothing what nobody is saying that's constructive really makes any sense, makes any difference to you, because you're just dead beyond resurrecting, I guess.
Your grandchildren have grandchildren. You understand that? Unless we do something about the problems that America's facing right now, your grandchildren are going to have concerns a hell of a lot greater than their taxes if things keep going the way that they're going. Tell you what, if you don't want your grandchildren to be stripped naked, beheaded, and hung upside down an overpass as a warning from the cartels, if you don't want your grandchildren to be kidnapped by a bunch of clown mask wearing psychopaths who are going to burn them to death high off their ass on fentanyl, then you need to do something with what's happening in this country and not worry about the budget quite so much. I don't know how much more clear this can be. If you don't want your grandchildren to be hunted down by AOC's death squads for storing food and thereby harming the collective, like, you got to do something about what's happening in America and not concern yourself so much about all of the fake money it's going to cost. About how it's going to cause carpal tunnel syndrome in the Fed from hinting the print button too much. Hey, we don't care about the budget. Get it done. Solve the problems that are existential for us as individuals and for the country and the world as a whole. Please, can we just stop? Can we just stop tearing ourselves apart and just do what's necessary to solve these issues before the looming specter, the combination of the South Africa-like collapse of our safety and normal functional infrastructure in this country and the despotic, communistic, socialistic madness that we see coming down the pipe from the Democrats? Can we solve these issues first, and then we can worry about how much it costs, for the love of God? Let's go to clue number 16 here. Apparently, the Sinaloa cartel found out some FBI agents' identities and are driving around, tracking them down and hunting them down. I can show you the video yesterday. I don't remember if I played it. There's a video yesterday that's like a bunch of bodies hanging from an overpass. I know I covered the story yesterday, the massacre that was during a religious ceremony, saying like coming to America soon. Again, I love not living in a country where types of people exist. And we're losing that, and you don't come back from that. So, tell you what, you can either saddle your grandchildren's grandchildren with a little bit of debt that will not affect their lives or actually impact them in any way, or they can around people like this. Let's watch. Oh, thank God, the budget is so low. Oh my gosh, remember when we almost accidentally paid for people's health care? Gee, I'm so glad that we didn't do that. Now we just have a bunch of goblins, a bunch of literal goblins, Soviet weapon, driving around in scary clown masks hunting people. But did we tell you how low the budget is? But have you seen how low the deficit is, though? So, yeah.
I want to know. I want to comment. Tell me, do you see this? What is your concept here? It is not just total anarchy and devastation looking you right in the face.